everyone, this is Joanne. How are you? I'm coming to you today for Bramble Fox, and I'm going to be using the awesome April Fox box and some heart perspectives. I always do that. I love heart perspectives. But I have my scoreboard out because I wanted to show you what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm using up scraps from the Simple Stories Full Bloom collection that was out a couple years ago. So I have some white cardstock from Basil, and then I must have used this to cut a cut file on previous layout, so I just used that to mount my white cardstock so I would have a nice little border. Okay, and the reason I have my scoreboard out is I'm going to do some strips, and what I did is, let me show you. I've got mixed media all over my scoreboard. Okay, so I would cut strips at 1 inch. Okay, oops, I don't think you can see the measuring tape. Let me see. Okay, right there. Cut your strips at 1 inch, and then take your scorer and score down the middle at 1/2 inch. Okay. All right, now let me get this out of the way. Okay, and then the next thing to do is you're going to take a T-square ruler if you have one. If not, eyeball it. And there's going to be a fold in the middle of your strips, all right? That's why you scored at 1/2 inch, right down the middle of the 1 inch strip. I used my T-square ruler to make sure that this first initial piece was straight. Then you don't need it anymore, okay? Pick out whatever patterns you want. I'm going to alternate between this pretty greenish teal, this floral, and then I'm going to bring in another greenish teal because, oh my gosh, look at my photo. My niece and my great niece, I swear to God, this paper is the first thing I thought of when I saw the dress that she was wearing. So this first piece for me is an 11.5 inches. Okay, wait a minute. Nope, I lied. This first piece is 1 by 11. This is 1 by 10.5, and this is 1 by 10. All right. So once you get it glued down, then you can prop it back up like this. But at the beginning, you'll just put it flat, and then I'm going to take my glue bottle, and I'm going to put glue only in the middle, right down the middle of that seam where I bent it. And you don't have to be perfect. I can't make this go straight to save myself. I just do the best that I can. So you're going to put glue just down the middle at the seam on the back of the pattern paper. And then you will come in and you'll just put this like in the middle, and then put it right up against this one like that. Okay, now I'm going to flatten down to make sure that that glue sticks. Same thing again, come in here with glue just in the middle. Doesn't need to be perfect where your glue is, because you can always bend your paper back up. Okay, give it a second to adhere to the paper, or when you bend it, it's just going to lift back up again if you've lifted too soon. Okay, and then come in here, right flush up against this one. Press it down so your glue adheres, and then I'm going to turn this towards me because it'll be easier. And I'm going to grab my tweezers. I'm going to come underneath here, and I'm going to get this unstuck from the paper from pressing down on the glue. I'm going to bend it. Do this gentle so you don't rip this paper. If you rip a little bit underneath like I did lifting, it's not going to matter because you won't be able to see it, okay? So then I'm going to come under here and grab this quick and start bending that up. And again, if I rip it a little bit underneath, it won't matter. You'll never see it. Oops, sorry, that was loud. Okay, now bend this back up. You got to give the glue a second to adhere to the paper or it's just going to come up. All right, we have that all glued down now. And if you wanted to, you could take your sewing machine and stitch right down the middle of these strips. That would look fantastic. I don't get along with my sewing machine, or else I would love to do that. I distress the edges of a lot of things with ripe persimmon. I wanted to make sure I said that the right way. I'm going to put a little bit of that right here. I have a mark on my paper from my little chiseler. It had some adhesive on it. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to cover it up. These are little blending brushes from Bramble Fox. It comes in a 3-pack. I'll link it below. I love them. I take just a little bit and then I put it in the cover just so I don't get too much on my blending brush at once. And I'm just going to lightly come in and just put a little bit of orange around the outside of this, just so I can see it. And I didn't quite get enough on my blending brush, but I always start off slow and then pick it up from there, just so I don't start off with too much. Okay, that's good. So I'm just putting a little teeny bit along the edges, and I'm just doing a circular motion. I don't want it to be too much or too little. So just going to do that a little bit more. And I did put a couple foam squares underneath these strips just to keep it elevated up. And I only put some on the tops, the middle, and the bottom. You don't have to put a strip along the whole thing. It's just, you don't need it. Okay, a little bit down here like this, and I'm not even trying to be perfect. I don't need to be. Okay, photo is adhered down. I did a little bit of blending around the circle with the Bramble Fox blending tool, and I'm going to decorate a little bit. Before we do that, I am going to bring in a stencil from Bramble Fox, and my title from that April Fox box is Weekend Shenanigans. Look at that beautiful color in that script. And this, oh my god, it's just so beautiful. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to put that right there. It's going to look super cute. So before I do that, I want to put a little bit of orange underneath it. So I'm going to use the mixed media stencil. I'll link it below. I love this thing. I use it all the time. All right, I'm going to use just the same color again. I'm trying to think. I want it to be very, very light. I don't want a lot of orange underneath this, just a little teeny bit. So I'll mix it up on the cap, put this there because that's, I know that's where I want it, and then I'm going to lightly come in with this stencil and put some marks there. Then I'm going to put my title back down to see if I like it, and I am blending this very, very lightly. Okay, I think that's good. And just to have that, isn't that cute? I think I'll do one more. I like that one, so I think I'll come in with that one again, but just do it in the opposite direction. Very lightly. Blend that in there. I think that's good. Let me look. Oh, I got a little mark or something. I'm going to leave it because I'll end up smudging. All right, I think that's going to be pretty. I'm going to put that to the side. That's one of my favorite stencils. So now look. Just having a little something underneath the title makes the title pop and it looks super cool. I love that. I'm going to put some tags in here, but I'm going to cut them because I already have the adhesive foam in there. And I don't want to lift it up to slide these in. So I like to have one longer than the other. So I'll just cut them and let's see how that looks. All right, I'm going to want this to come down. Oops, popped right out of my hand. Come down a little bit. And that to go here. Let me see if I like that. That is very cute. Okay, maybe I can get it under there. just want it kind of underneath that. There we go. I got it underneath there just a little bit like that. I think that's cute. Okay, so it's under there pretty good. So I just need to put some glue there. That's why I love using glue, so you can move things around just a little bit for a little bit of time, not too long. All right, let me get that out of the way. I pulled a bunch of ephemera and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use. Maybe just like a couple flowers, but I do know that I want to use paper snips. And this was, I think, from last month's, the March Fox box, but look how perfect that is. It's the perfect color. It's a tab with some hearts, flowers, and 2 banners. I love the paper snips. They are so perfect. Very, very easy to fussy cut. I'm going to put this up there. Lots of free space in this photo. So let me just get this where I want it. I think right about there is good. Okay, and then I have 2 paper snips from the same paper snip last month. I have this pink one, says today was awesome, which I'm sure they had a great time. And then this says life is always better together, which I love for the 2 of them being together. I was thinking about putting it here, but see, it's too much of the same color in the one spot. So look, totally stands out more if I do that. So I think I'm going to go with the pink, and I'm just going to do a thin coating of, I almost said paint, of glue, just so it doesn't squeeze out the sides and get onto my photo. Something like that. Okay, that's really cute. Now let's look into the florals. I have a chipboard and a puffy. I don't know what I want. It might be, oh, that does look good. I like that there. Okay, right there. Those puffies, man, do they stick. And then I'll slide this in here. Let me see how I want this though. All right, now I'm going to put twine into the tags. I wanted to show you a couple things that I do to do that. Okay, I've already got them where I want them, so I'm just going to lift it, come underneath here, grab it, okay, and then this one, yeah, this one, I was trying to think which one I wanted to do first, okay, and then pull it through like this, okay. And then I always come in with my glue, and I glue underneath the fabric just to make sure that it doesn't move in the future. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, try this. Okay, make sure your 2 strings are straight. Okay. And then you bend it in like this. So just make a curve and then come in and just make, oops, stuck to my finger, a little heart. How cute is that? Right? Get your heart to the size that you want it to be. All right. Hold on, let me pull my sleeves up so I don't catch it. And then come underneath and glue your heart down, because it won't stay there without the glue. So I put some glue like this, and then I use the other side of my glue bottle to tap it down so it doesn't stick to my finger. So cute. All right, and then see where you want the bottom to be. That looks about good. Now come underneath the first one here, glue it. Make sure it's in the glue. Don't worry about your tails yet. And then glue this one to it. And do it lightly so you're not pulling everything that you just did, because that's what I do. Okay, leave it be for a moment. We can cut the tails later. All right, and I'm going to sprinkle those around. So let's see where we can put them. I don't know. No, I don't want one on the photo. Or at least not that one. I might want some hearts in there like this. That's cute. this might blend in here too much with the paper. No, it stands out pretty good. So maybe one here and one here, like this. Cute, cute. But then I got to thinking, what about Nouveau drops? Because I haven't used these in forever. So let's see. I picked out 3 different ones. That one's working well. Look how pretty that matches with the title. That's pretty good. So I'm going to throw that away before I make a mess. So I'm going to go around the whole circle with this and make little dots. And I think the best way, because my arm will be in the way, is to start from the top and work my way around. Okay, so here we go. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Here's the Nouveau drops, all dry. And honestly, it is now the next day for me. My husband came home from work and I said, that's it for today. So this did have a chance to dry overnight. So all good. And I put the other orange heart right there. That's all I did. I'm going to bring in this other super awesome Bramble Fox stencil. It's sun rays. You can get this one in like half a stencil, and there's another one that's even bigger if you wanted to do it bigger. And I'm going to put some sun rays off the top of this circle like this. Now, don't do what I do. If I had thought about this earlier, I would have done this before I did everything else. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to use some Scrapbook.com mint tape to hold this down, just so I don't mess this up. And I'm going to be really careful around here because this is leaning on that instead of being flat, and so on and so forth. I'm going to try Distress Oxide and Squeeze Lemonade. I have a little bit of yellow throughout the layout, so that's good. This is a little bit brighter than what I would want it to be, because I would probably want to get like a mustardy yellow like the frame here, but I'm working with what I have and it's sun rays, so it can't possibly look that bad. I'm going to do my best to stay off the circle orange paper, okay? Some splatters, and I figured instead of the usual white, black, gold, I would try Sea Breeze Shimmer's Color Splash, which is perfect for this perspective and this photo. I did a lot. I just thought it kind of made everything tie in together super nicely. So I'm just going to do 2 more little things. I found this chipboard floral. I put 2 layers of foam squares behind it, and I'm going to grab some glue just in case. Oh, something stuck on there. Piece of a sticker. Put it on the back of my hand for now. Put some glue in here. Then let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to just tuck it right in here underneath the photo, but with the 2 foam squares I can put it on this and it'll all stay level. And there we go with that. I found this chipboard floral that is like this one here, so I thought I could put this right there. And I don't know if this has, no, it doesn't have a backing on it. Can never tell with these. So I'm going to get my tweezers and hover. I'm going to put it right in this S, like that. cute. This stencil makes it so I don't have to put anything up there, and then I won't think that it looks empty. All right, so we're going to have to do, let's try to mix this up a little bit. We'll do a large mustard, medium teal, and small orange for this one. And then we will call that done. Okay, so I think that's good. I think it's cute. I like it. So we use Bramble Fox hearts. We use Bramble Fox paper snips. We use the Bramble Fox stencil and the Bramble Fox title, Weekend Shenanigans, from the April Fox box. Super awesome. Okay, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this and give it a try sometime. Even if you didn't want to do the dimension, you can just put 3 flat pieces, 3 strips of paper over here in a circle and just keep it all flat if you don't like dimension. Okay, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll put close-ups at the end and all the information about Bramble Fox that you need in the description box below. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.